This week on the Road with Mickey, our favorite Epcot experiences that make our trip special.
We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go. We're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie.
And she's the birthday lady as of the day we're recording this video. Happy birthday, Aunt Brenda.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I
Happy
see you
birthday,
brought my little
Brenda.
present with you. Thank you.
Yeah. And he is Grogu saying, Happy birthday, Brenda.
I love him.
And
He
we
loves you too.
and we are on the road with Mickey. This is episode 313 for June 8th, 2026. And our feature topic this week is our favorite Epcot experiences that make our trips special. So, this is going to be a fun episode. We were thinking about it and we were talking about all the stuff, all the extras that you can enjoy at Epcot that don't even require like a special ticket purchase or anything.
Right.
and and they just really can amp up your day at Epcot and your whole
Mhm.
trip. And so that's what we're going to talk about in our future topic. But first, we're going to go through some cheddar from the big cheese, and I have what I think is the funniest cheddar we've ever had.
Oh, wow.
Yeah?
Yeah, in the don't blink category for cheddar, news from Disney that the virtual queue that was required to access Bluey's Wild World, which was required when the area opened on May 26th, is no longer needed as of June 2nd.
Wow.
That's right. That's right. And you know
I'm
what
That's
that means? That
probably
means it's getting ready to be a single pass, Lightning Lane single pass.
like,
But not yet. Right now, it's
no,
just nothing.
it's,
Just
it's
a
just
line.
go there, get on the train, and go to see Bluey. And I have heard positive reviews about it.
Me
But I'm
too.
like, why did they need a virtual queue for Bluey?
Well,
because they
Anyway,
thought Bluey was very popular, and it
he
is
is.
popular in
and
my
he
heart.
is.
Bluey is a
She,
girl.
sorry. But she is extremely popular because if you've seen the pictures, there are a lot of kids around all the activities there.
Yeah,
They love it. And
yeah,
I
Good.
love that they are happy.
exactly, exactly.
I do as well. All right, I guess it's my turn. Apologies, Aunt Brenda, but I'm very excited to try this recipe that I have here. Do you like pineapple upside down cake? I know Aunt Brenda does not,
I
but
used to love
I
it when I could eat pineapple.
do. Yeah, that's fair. I do. I actually made a pineapple upside down cake a couple years ago for my grandfather. It was his birthday, and that's what he wanted. Well,
Sweet.
if
Mhm.
you like it as much as I
It
do,
was good too.
thank you, Daddy.
The drool starts thinking about that cake.
Well, keep it coming because the Disney Parks blog has the recipe for the pineapple upside down cake that you can get at the Plaza Inn in Disneyland on their website. The link is in the show notes. It is titled the Pineapple Upside Down Bunt Cake. So it's just a tiny little
Ah,
bunt
It's a mini
and it
one.
looks very, very yummy, but
Hmm.
not as yummy as mine.
Oh, of course not. How could it ever
of
be
course not.
comparable, right?
That's very nice to share the recipe, though, for anybody that wants to try it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried the Disney Parks blog's bread pudding recipe, and let me just say, it is fantastic.
Hey, I'm having bread pudding for my birthday today.
There you go, girl.
Yay! Good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what?
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 The huge news out of Disney that affects us all is that the Carousel of Progress will be closing on July 6th in order to update the scenes and incorporate Walt into the attraction. It will be totally different when it reopens, which should be sometime in 2027. They're completely changing the decades to start with
Yeah.
the years we were born and grown up in. So I think it's going to be a really good I think it's going to be a really good change. I
I
don't
do
know.
too. I do too because, all the times, and I can count on like all of our fingers all the times I thought something would be bad. And Disney is Disney, and of course it wasn't bad,
Yes,
Looking in the
yes.
mirror at, how bad it was going to be to close down Toontown Fair.
Oh, I know. Well, and when they started Carousel of Progress, he went back 60 years to start. So now they're doing the same. They're going back 60 years to the 60s and then on forward. And I think he would be happy about it. Of course, I don't know, but
Uh, hey,
Yeah.
Aunt Brenda,
yeah.
60 years ago was the 80s.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
baby.
No,
60
the
years ago
60s,
was
yeah,
the
was
60s.
the
Oh, wait.
60s. Yeah. 40 years ago was the 80s. But they will
Right.
they'll go through 1999 and then into the future. So,
Hmm.
Daddy, can we edit out that math
I'm
fluke that I
sorry.
had?
I don't think we can, but that's
Oh,
okay.
no. I'm
It's
not going to
okay.
live this down.
You'll be fine, baby. You'll be
you'll be
fine.
fine because our listeners are the best and they are super
Yes.
supportive and we love them all and they love you.
Yes. Yes.
You will not
Yes.
have to worry about it. Guarantee it.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
Guarantee it.
So,
All right.
so don't worry. Be happy. Do, 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 do.
Don't worry.
Be
Uh,
happy. Be happy
Mommy's going to
now.
be so mad at me because I'm not going to finish that train of thought, but she's going to be mad at me.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. That is our cheddar from the big cheese. And don't forget you can connect with us on our Facebook page, our Facebook group. Both are On the Road with Mickey. The YouTube channel. Hello, YouTubers. Thank you for supporting us, following, subscribing, liking, hitting the bell for the ringy ding dingies and all that. Um, Instagram channel, On the Road with Mickey. Our email address is info@ontheroadwithmickey.com. And the website is also ontheroadwithmickey.com. So we had just a little bit of feedback from our list last week for the letter A. And we asked the simple question, what is something on the list that we missed? And we had a handful of responses. So Sophie, why don't you start with mommy's?
All right, I will. Mommy, the silent partner, said Andor, as in Cassian Andor, which
And
I'm a
she
little
was
bit
right.
mad.
We didn't have that one.
Yeah, I'm mad that I missed him.
That's okay.
All
Brenda?
right.
And Robin said Animal Kingdom. Hey,
Which we got that one.
we did. Yay.
But that one's a good one, so it should be said twice.
That's right.
Yes.
There's
And
so much of
Chrissy,
it.
yeah. And Chrissy had a funny one because she said a Dole Whip.
Hey,
And you know
I
what?
think
We
that's a
did
great
miss it.
idea.
We did miss it because Sophie and I didn't have a Dole Whip on our most recent trip.
Nope.
No,
So,
we didn't.
But
Oh,
you did say Aloha Isle.
yeah.
we did. We did. All right, and then Heidi said Ariel. Also a really good one.
That we did have.
We did, yay. And
Yep.
But it's a
Stephanie said
really
the
good
All-Star
one.
Resorts. We had that one too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yay.
then lastly, Cindy posted another one for Sophie, and this is a good one. Anita from 101 Dalmatians.
Yes.
That is Perdita's human.
Yes.
Well, thank you
So,
all for
yeah.
writing
So,
in,
so stay
participating.
tuned for a question of the week later on in the show.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, our feature topic, as we said, is our favorite Epcot experiences that make our trip special. This is looking at Epcot and all the things that you can do in addition to just going and riding Guardians. Because, I mean, there are more things to do than just ride Guardians, Brenda.
But why?
Well, that's a debate. That's a topic for another day. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that we want to talk about is all the things that you can do that don't necessarily require an additional ticket purchase, which I think is awesome. The more value you can get, the better off you are.
And Epcot's especially good at that.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
really good about that. And so
really, really good at that.
we're just going to share some of those experiences that we've had throughout the years that maybe you haven't thought of, or maybe you have some that you want to add to the list that we don't think of. So I'm going to start us off this week, and I am going to say that the Festival of the Holidays is
Ooh.
on my list
For
because
sure.
I really love how in at Christmas time how each country has an area set up that depicts Santa Claus, Kris Kringle, you know, whatever name he's known of in whatever country, and how they depict how he is represented in that country. So the Festival of the Holidays to me is a really cool way to see how the holidays are celebrated around the world. And I think that is just so cool.
I
So,
totally agree.
100% agree. And the candlelight processional as well. Like that just feels like the metaphorical star on top of the whole Epcot Christmas tree.
That's right. That's
mhm,
just the best thing ever.
Yeah,
yeah,
I really like it when they get like, I like the narrators that they choose. I know the last couple of times that we've seen it, we had Whoopi Goldberg both times. And I think she did a very good job at
she
narrating
did.
the processional. Even
Hmm.
though I might not agree with everything she says, she did a very good job. And I respect that from her because in this day and age, it is so hard to get up on a public stage and proclaim the gospel like that.
Hmm.
Yep. And I've
Yeah,
seen many narrators, and I've never seen one that wasn't good.
right. Yeah. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, Brenda, we just took two of yours.
Sorry.
Yeah, but that's, I like that we share because we're the same. I mean, we're the same,
We all have
we're
the same values.
connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to tell y'all one that's going to reflect my true personality. So just get ready to know because my kids know how mean I am, but y'all don't. So here we go.
Oh, we know, Brenda. We know.
That ain't mean.
When we went, this is a memory, okay?
Uh huh.
Every year though, as part of the festivals, they have the Eat to the Beat concerts. That's a known, it's a known thing.
Uh
They
huh.
have the Eat to the Beat concerts. Well, when we went in 2000 and we were just walking around Epcot and we had all three kids with us and we were having a great time. It was hot, but uh we happened upon the Association. Do you know who the Association is?
No.
The
Never heard of them.
Association is a band that must have been out in the 60s and 70s for sure. But one of the songs they sang is Everyone Knows It's Windy. And
Oh.
Butch and I are walking around to the American Gardens with the kids, and we hear this band singing all these great old songs we used to listen to on our transistor radio. So we had to go over there and we made the kids sit there and listen with us, and they were dying on the vine.
Oh
But
no.
it was such great extra magic that we didn't expect, and it caught us by surprise, and it reminded us of our childhood, and
Uh huh.
it was priceless. We talk about it all the time.
And not only that, you got to live out one of the perks of being a parent is telling your kids to do something and making them do it.
Oh no, I
They're
can
Oh,
like, we gotta
see.
sit here and listen to this old music. I'm like, you sure do, because we were having the best time.
I can see the
I
kids
love
now.
it.
Oh no, I have to sit here and listen to this weird sounds that these people are making. However, will I survive this hardship?
Yeah.
I know.
And
And
then
those
I
songs
can
were,
hear Butch now. I can hear Butch now. Now, kids, this is music. The stuff y'all listen to is garbage.
Ugh.
exactly. It was so good. And that's
Thank
just
you,
the
Brenda.
surprises that just pop up in the park. just part
Yeah.
of your ticket, and it's just like bringing you
Hmm.
back to when you were younger.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Brenda, because I feel like I was there witnessing
Yay!
it. Way to
Yay!
paint the story,
It was
Brenda.
awesome. It was
That
awesome.
is awesome.
You know
You
what
know,
that reminds me of, Daddy?
what's
That
that?
that anecdote, completely unrelated to Epcot in any way, but I remember when I was in middle school, it was after I had gotten done with 8th grade, and
Uh-huh.
you sat me down on the couch and you said, Sophie, you're going to be in high school next
Oh
month
God.
or two. I am not allowing you to go to school without watching the original Star Wars movies. This is
Yeah.
a rite of passage. You don't have a say in this. He,
Yeah.
he made me sit through A New Hope, and when it was over, he turned over to me and was like, so what did you think? And I was there perched on the couch like a cat would be, completely aloof, and I said, I might be inclined to watch the next one.
Yeah. And now look. Look who you're wearing on your chest.
Yeah, I know. All because I made her watch Star Wars.
That's right. Well,
You're
Aaliyah's starting
welcome.
high school next year, so I'm wondering if I should be doing the same thing with her.
Yes,
You
you should.
should. You
You
should.
should.
Absolutely, you should. So, my next one is going to be one that we can all relate to, and it does require some show and tell.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
cool. Love show and tell.
Okay. Um, and I am going to share my screen. So give me just a moment. But I want to mention the Walt the Dreamer
Oh,
exhibit.
for sure. Yes.
Talk
You look
about an
so bad in
experience.
that photo.
You look awesome, Sophie.
Yes, you do.
And I
God, I
have
love that
several.
statue.
I have several. There's one with her hand on her face, so that one's not so good. Here's one with Cindy and Sophie, and here's
I'm
one with Cindy and
squinting.
I. You like my grumpy socks, Brenda?
I like it.
Those
I
were
Yep.
do.
compression to help with my ankles, um and it did help. And
Yay.
so anyway, all
That
those,
statue is so long overdue, wasn't it?
yeah, and it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
cool, and it's just
Yeah.
neat to be able to just take a moment. And it's not obviously it's not an attraction. You don't need a lightning lane for it. You don't
That's right.
We went right up there. There was maybe one person who was just, I think, more resting than anything. and so it's just one of those little, let's slow down a moment and smell the
Yeah.
roses and appreciate what we've got, you know?
Truly.
And one of the
Yeah.
neat things that I don't think I realized until, I think maybe you mentioned it, Sophie, when we were there, when you look from where Walt is sitting, your direct shot is to the American
The
experience, the
American
American
Pavilion, yeah.
Pavilion, the
Yeah.
American Adventure Pavilion. And I'm
I
like,
think
that is no accident.
Yeah.
no accident. I think it
So
was
great.
Mommy who pointed that
it
out.
it might have been, but
So
and
great. So great.
it's neat, the little details that you don't think about and you don't notice.
Yeah.
But the
But they
Walt
do
the
that on
Dreamer
purpose.
statue is, and it's almost like you're in a tranquil spot in the middle of this huge theme park,
Yeah.
and it's almost like tranquility, it just abounds there, you know?
World Celebration
Yeah.
Gardens. Yep. It's beautiful. So glad they finally did that. That's just the best thing
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. All
Well, what
right,
is your
Sophie.
next one, Sophie?
Um, oh, gotta think about this actually. Um, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in Epcot. Let's be completely real here. Uh, the Food and Wine Festival
Hmm.
is fantastic.
Hmm.
I really do love the stuff that they serve there. And the Flower and Garden has some of that elements in it as well. But for whatever reason, in my food obsessed brain, the Food and Wine Festival is just better. Like, I love all the flowers and stuff and the gardens, and the topiaries and the butterfly house that they have at Flower and Garden.
Yeah.
Food and Wine is where it's at. I remember the last time we did a video about the Food and Wine and how I was listing all these different things that I wanted to try off of their menu. Oh,
Yeah. Plus the food and wine generally, and not always, but generally the days are a little cooler than during the
that
flower and
too.
garden. And that
That too.
some of us can't stand the heat.
Yep. So get out of the pop-up
Yep,
kitchen.
yep, that's right.
Yeah,
Yep,
you're
that's a
absolutely
great
right.
one. That's a great one. Well, I'm going to go over to I'm going to go over to the Canada Pavilion because that's one of our favorite spots and for several reasons. Number one, a lot of people don't go back there, and I don't know if they don't know that there's something back there or not,
Mhm.
but there is. So if you go up the stairs and back to the Canada Pavilion, there's a 360 movie there, which is great, but that's not my favorite part. My favorite part is the Victoria Gardens and this 30-foot waterfall and beautiful landscaping back there that is beautiful to sit and just enjoy. It's
Mhm.
a great photo op. And Butch and I love to, like, when we're back there, we just watch families and couples come through and we just offer to take their pictures in front of that because where are you going to find that? You know
Right.
what I mean? I mean, those
You're,
Yeah.
photos are something, there's no photographers back there.
yeah.
But they make beautiful, I mean, like, think about Christmas cards and things like that.
Mhm.
You can put those photos on and they're beautiful. Just such a beautiful, tranquil area to relax back there.
Yeah. Totally agree. Um and you're absolutely right. And the 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 that area and you're right. You can't find that anywhere outside of Victoria, in Canada.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a
So,
exact mock-up, I guess. I haven't been to Canada, but I'm assuming it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be
mhm,
like designed after
yeah,
some, yeah, some other gardens that are in Canada, but I can't remember the name
mhm,
of it. But
yeah,
it's beautiful.
yeah. So
Enjoy.
that is a great one. And yes, if you don't take a moment and just explore it, um, and you're right. You don't have to spend a lot of your day there, but just kind of absorb it some,
Yeah.
Um, so totally great one there, Brenda.
Yeah, it sounds beautiful and it looks beautiful. The sights and
Hmm.
sounds of Epcot.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. My next one, since Sophie touched on food and wine, I do want to touch on the Flower and Garden Festival because those topiaries are so good, you know,
They
and
take a lot of architecture and planning.
they
That's for
do.
sure.
And
Yeah.
the what I like about it, and I don't have to do everything at a flower and garden festival. I like to take pictures of the topiaries. I like to experience the beautiful day because generally speaking, I don't know why, but it feels like whenever we're at Epcot, except for that last afternoon where we had the tornado watch,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah.
other than that, it seems like at the very least the morning is just absolutely stunningly beautiful almost every time. Um, and I really like, and I don't need to experience it, but I like how they have the butterfly house
Yeah.
Yeah.
between the land and Journey into Imagination. I think that is
Very
just a
sweet.
really neat thing, and it's just something that I'll bet a lot of people don't go. There's a butterfly house in Durham, and we've been once, and that was because our friend Carrie was getting married, and that's where they were getting married. And I just have a feeling that's one of those things that maybe a lot of people don't do. And so
Yeah,
I
and also
think,
when they're planning their trip, it's the same cost to go into Epcot whether a festival is happening or not. So
yeah,
why not get the best of
it,
both worlds, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm just like, that those little details, it makes such a big difference. So,
It does.
Yeah, I
It
agree, Mike.
does.
all right.
Hmm. You know what I need to talk about?
What?
Yes.
Now that you've mentioned living with the land, in the Festival of the Holidays, living with the land becomes the glimmering greenhouses. And
Hmm.
that is just so cool. Well, I love living with the land in general, not just because of the ride, but because it is a window into some of the jobs that are part of what makes Walt Disney World run. Because what we see in Living with the Land is just a tiny portion of the greenhouses that they have running year round somewhere on Disney property, producing all of that fresh produce and fish for the
The
meals
restaurants.
that are
Yeah.
served in the restaurants. Yeah, and that is insane to me that they are that self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the glimmering greenhouses, seeing that was
Yeah,
just so cool. It
yeah.
was like talk about taking a and transforming it. Oh my gosh. It was
Yeah.
so
And
beautiful.
and I
They
So,
do
feel
it
like
so
it
well.
I feel
mhm.
like it also humanizes the cast members who work back there even more because you'll occasionally get a glimpse of them in that window into the lab where they're running tests on samples and stuff. But when it's Christmas time, you see that everything gets decorated by those lab workers. You see that the lab itself has a few little Christmas trinkets scattered about. And I just think that's very cool. There's something about Christmas decorations that just make you connect more with people.
Yeah.
Sweet. Very
Yeah.
sweet.
All right. Great one, Sophie. Brenda.
Yay.
Thank you.
Well, I am going to be bop around to another pavilion, and that is involving one of my favorite treats at Epcot, which is the salted caramel at the Caramel Couche. And I love to we get every year, we get the same things. I mean, we're just creatures of habit. We get the same caramel treats, and then we go out to the beautiful train garden out there at Germany and watch the trains go through the train yard, and it's just so relaxing and beautiful, and we love it. And it's funny because when you've been there so many times and you're standing on the bridge looking at it, you're watching people, you can almost tell the families have not been before, and they're just walking on by like they completely miss it.
Yeah.
So you have to really pay attention when especially you're
Hmm.
like your first time at Epcot, you need to pay attention to what's happening around because they put little hidden gems all throughout there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that train yard is one of them. It's so great. I know
Yes,
you
it
have to love
is.
that, Mike, because
Oh, yeah.
number one, that's where we met for the first time over there in
Uh-huh.
Germany. All of
Hmm.
us. Very
Yeah.
sweet. Very sweet.
I also like the train yard because back when Harmonious was a thing, a lot of people would crowd right up against the railings that separate you from the lagoon.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to the train area, that little area is actually slightly raised. So
Mm-hmm.
it offers a great view over everyone else's head
Hmm.
without being crowded up against the rail, and you can see
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Great plan. Yep.
Yeah. Um, Speaking of pavilions, one of the things that I don't do a whole lot, but I really enjoy it, and it's funny, you know, Epcot is so much about the senses of various things of slowing down, exploring, experiencing different things that you would normally maybe not even see or whatever. One of the things that so many people walk by is in Norway over the museum that's the church.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I was just now trying to remember the name of it, but it's the church and it's got all the if you can go in that,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
you
know,
can.
and if you go in it, they have all these pieces, of different things that are from Norway that are just really really neat stuff just to kind of absorb some more of the culture, you know?
Yeah.
And so the I think it's the Stave, is it the Stave Church or something, Sophie?
Yes, I just Googled it. Google says the prominent Viking church in Norway Pavilion at Epcot's World Showcase is a beautiful 4 to 5 scale replica of Norway's historic Gullstave Church. While the
Okay.
exterior is an
Nice.
architectural masterpiece of ancient Scandinavian wood techniques, the air-conditioned interior houses the Gods of the Vikings exhibit.
Yeah.
Very nice. I mean, even when you go through Summer House to meet Elsa and Anna, all the decor in there is so beautifully done.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes, I do like that little Stave church, though. I think that the mythology is rather interesting,
Yeah.
especially because, Daddy, did you know that the old Norse Vikings, they didn't write any of their mythology down? It was the Romans who came along and wrote most of it.
No, I did not know.
I did not know that either.
Yep,
You just
they were.
redeemed your math skills.
There you go.
Well, fine. There we go.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I
need
did
the
not have
math
an idea
skills
about that.
more for my major, though, so.
Yeah, but you're fine, baby. Don't you worry about it.
Yes. That
All
is
right.
very interesting to know. I didn't know that they never wrote any of that down. They were too
Yeah,
busy.
it was all
Yeah.
through word of mouth. It was the Romans who came in and wrote it down, though they probably changed a bit of the material because you know how Romans like to do. They like
Uh-huh.
to Romanize everything.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you, Sophie, for adding on to
Yes.
mine. What
Thank
what
you.
Of
do you want to
course.
talk about next?
Um, I was just thinking some more about the Food and Wine Festival, probably because I'm hungry now. But
That's all good.
something I noticed from the last time we were there. Uh, Everyone knows that the Food and Wine Festival a couple years ago, and I think to this very day, is technically hosted by Remy the Rat from Ratatouille.
Mm-hmm.
And something you could find while you were walking around World Showcase during the festival times is you could find Remy, little tiny Remy, hiding in various places, looking over the crowds. He was probably about this tall, and I remember seeing him like on a lamp post or next to one of the golden statues. There are pictures of him somewhere, I'm sure. I never took a picture myself, but he was there, and if you took the time to look for him, you would find him.
So it's
Yep.
almost like a Remy scavenger hunt,
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
Yeah.
hidden Remy's as opposed to hidden Mickey's.
There you
yeah,
go.
That's cool. And see,
Yeah.
it's all these things. And you know what? That's what makes the Imagineers special.
yes. Here,
Yeah.
Because
1 second. I'm going to share my screen to show
good.
that I'm not crazy.
Oh, I know you're not crazy.
Here we go. You see, Food and Wine Festival, Remy.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep.
He's out and
These,
about.
this is the one that I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hide and squeak.
So cute.
Yep. All
It
right.
is cool.
Stop
It's really cool.
sharing.
And what I like about it is that those little details that the Imagineers go to, that's really what makes the difference on
Yeah.
Yeah.
whether you're at Disney or some other park. It's the little details that complete the story, you know? And so that's
And
really
they do
cool.
a great job of that.
Yeah. You know, one thing that you can experience year round, it's not limited to just a festival or a holiday or whatever. And far too often, I take it a little bit sometimes for granted. And I'm going to try not to in the future. But the Voices of Liberty, you know what?
Oh,
They are they are an institution.
Hmm?
They are iconic Disney cast members, and they should be celebrated and experienced every single time you are at Epcot.
Yeah.
Just the beauty,
Magnificent.
the magnificence of their sound and their music and their love for the park, their love for the country, and their love for Disney and just everything. They should be a don't miss experience.
Much
And
like the American Adventure itself.
yeah,
I'm really glad we got to see that on our last trip.
yeah,
I
me
like that
too.
show
Very
so
good.
much.
So,
Well, I am going to bring up what you kind of scaled over at the beginning and you kind of were remiss about it, but I can't be remiss about it because the best ride anywhere at Walt Disney World, in my opinion, is included in your Epcot ticket. Dang it. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. I can't not mention it. Just the best thing
Especially
ever.
especially when you get your favorite song on it, right, Aunt Brenda?
Oh, yes. It's just so much fun. I mean, to laugh like that is just wonderful. I mean, who gets to do that in everyday life? Never laugh that hard. So
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Totally awesome. That's all.
So what's your
Yes.
favorite Guardian song?
Oh my God, all of them. I don't
Well,
You
know.
need
I
to
mean,
you
we've
know what?
had
That's your homework. You need to listen to the playlist and tell us next week what your favorite one is.
I can't. I mean,
Yes, you
Burn Baby
can.
Burn is great. September is awesome. I mean, these are all the songs from Guardians. That's my favorite Disney soundtrack. Remember we did that episode?
Yeah,
Uh
you're
huh.
right.
Yeah, so I can't. All of
Okay.
them are awesome.
Try. Try. All right.
Oh,
Whose
thank you for
turn
letting
is
me
it?
share that because I couldn't just.
Well, I think Aunt Brenda thought you mentioning American Adventure was your turn.
Oh,
Oh no,
So,
I was going to say that before you said Voices of Liberty for yours, Mike.
okay.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Did I steal a turn?
Maybe.
Maybe. One, two,
it's
three,
all right.
four.
I
I
don't
guess I
mind.
have. I guess I have. Well,
Well, we're
why don't
not keeping
y'all?
score here.
Yeah.
No.
Do you have another you want to add, Sophie?
I have one, but I think I want to save it for the end.
Okay.
So if you
Brenda,
guys have more to say,
give us another one, Brenda.
I'll just say one more because I mentioned my favorite ride, so I have to mention my favorite food. And of course, that's the Quattro Formaggi at Via Napoli. The Quattro Formaggi pizza is the
actually, I have
best.
two more now that I think about it.
And that's
Now
it for
that you,
me. Favorite ride, favorite food. So there you go.
now that you said Via Napoli, it reminds me, and this isn't necessarily Epcot because I know. Uh, let me set the stage, shall we? It's my birthday. I
It is.
wanted
Happy
to
birthday.
have. It's not my birthday today. It's Aunt Brenda's birthday today.
Oh, that's right. I got confused. I thought you said it was your birthday. I'm like, I thought I was there.
You
Anyway.
were there. You've been there. Most of them. Anyway, the stage, the setting. The setting is my birthday, and I requested that we have Via Napoli for my birthday dinner. And
Nice.
Riley and Jagan were there. I think this was my 13th birthday.
It was 2014. Yes, it was your 13th birthday.
Okay, good. And after everything was finished, after we ate dinner, and my mom brought out this chocolate cake for me for my birthday. And she remembers the story better than I do, but I remember the way she told it to me. Jagan started looking a little bit disheartened because chocolate cake, Jagan has celiac, she can't eat wheat and stuff. And then my mom turned to her and said, "You can have a slice of this as well." And Jagan's face just lit up
Oh, that's
because
the best.
it at that point, it was not very often, and it still might not be very often, that she gets to have a slice of someone else's birthday cake because the birthday cake is almost never gluten-free.
That's true.
But that time, my mom specifically made sure that the cake was gluten-free and that
Mhm.
it was safe for her to eat, and it just made all the difference. It made it that much more special.
Yes, seeing
Yep.
someone else happy makes us more happy. Yes, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a cool moment. And I'm glad that we did that. We ordered it directly through Disney, and I'm like, it's got to be gluten free. And they wheeled it out after we were done, and they're like, you can eat this, little girl. And she's
Very
like,
sweet.
what? So
Very sweet.
It was
it,
so sweet.
yeah, really cool moment, really cool memory. And you know what? Sadly, I think that's the last time that you and I, Sophie, with mommy, have eaten at Via Napoli was for that birthday.
We need to fix that,
Wow.
Daddy.
I know. We absolutely do.
We'll eat with Aunt Brenda next and we'll all have white pizza.
You all
Mhm.
have white pizza. I'm having real pizza.
Hey, white pizza's
Suit
real.
I
yourself.
know, but I want to have my tomato sauce and all that
Yeah,
and my
well,
pepperoni
have at it.
and so
I'll eat white pizza with you, Aunt Brenda.
Thank you.
yes, you
More
will.
Twinkies.
You are Twinkies. All right. Well, um I'm trying to think if there's anything that I need to add.
I do have one more, but if you guys have something else to add, by all means.
I'm going to add just um this is a memory, and I wish that they still did it, and because I'm just not as crazy about what they offer now.
Hmm.
I wish they still had either Illuminations or Harmonious. A
Harmonious.
nighttime show.
You're
You
right.
know, I just
Harmonious.
don't. I mean, the most recent show, it just doesn't grab me, and I don't have to feel the need to see it. You know,
I heard,
but
or did I read that during the Disney 250, they're going to use the music from Reflections of Earth?
wow, that would be cool.
I read
That
that
would be.
somewhere. They're going to use the music from
Disney
Illuminations Reflections of Earth.
Disney 250?
250, the 250th birthday celebration.
That's over 100 years out, Aunt Brenda. We're
No,
not
no,
going to be
no.
alive to see that.
No, 250 years of the United
America.
States,
They
America's
have a
Oh,
birthday.
special part called Disney 250.
Right. They're going to
okay.
do a special July 4th kind of celebration, and supposedly they're going to use the music from that.
Well,
Okay.
that
All
would be
right.
cool.
I like that. I like that a lot.
That could be
No.
cheddar from the big cheese. You might need to double check it, but I do remember reading that somewhere.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I was
So,
thinking to myself, how on earth are they planning out 150 or so years into the future?
They're
yeah.
Imagineers.
Yeah. But they're not
You
that
know
good.
what? Who knows? They may very well be, but I don't think they're going to announce it to an audience who won't be around to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, give us
Last
your
thing,
last one, Sophie.
and this one is kind of bittersweet, I will say. And you may have a completely different opinion of this event than I did, but I remember the time we took mommy down for the Garden Rocks series with For King and Country, which is her favorite band.
Love
And
them.
we got to see part of the first show from the back of the amphitheater. We didn't have tickets to that one. We had tickets to the later show with preferred seating, but then all of a sudden, the sky just opened up and everyone was waiting in the American Adventure, see, waiting to see if it would stop and if we would be able to have the second show. And then the lightning struck, and it basically was
Shut it down.
confirmed, yeah, the show was shut down for people's
Hmm.
safety and whatnot. And I understand why. So we all had to start walking back towards the front of the park because if the lightning was around, the Skyliner was also shut down. And I know that was a very sad moment because mommy had really wanted to see that show. But the thing that I choose to take as a positive part of it is that we had originally planned that after the show ended, we would go back to the room, pack up our things, and leave that very night. And I didn't want to tell Daddy this at the time, but I'm like, there is no way that you two are going to be okay to go to work in the morning if we leave tonight because you'll be driving all night. You'll be dead tired by the time we get home. So we got back to the room eventually, and Daddy was looking at the weather forecast, and it did not plan to stop raining until about 10 a.m. the next day. And Daddy was like, I think this is a God moment. God's telling us we should stay where we are because if we try to drive in that, who knows what might happen.
Yeah.
And I know
Yeah.
you had to make some calls to some clients who were expecting you the very next day and be like, listen, I'm stuck in Florida. Can we reschedule and all that? And it caused a little bit of stress for you. But I'm glad we stayed that extra night because I think we all really needed to sleep in a proper
Hmm.
bed.
Yeah. For sure. And that, it is what it is. Um just changes happen, and that's part of your trip is being able to adjust on the fly, you know.
Yeah,
Um our Epcot this year was a mixed bag in a way because of the big storms that came through, you
yeah,
know. Um, and so that adjusted some things, and there were some things that we were going to do that we weren't able to because of the storm and because it got to be um, cold and we were soaked through. It felt like and all that, and so you have to adjust, and so that's part of your trip is to be able to just kind of punt and adjust on the fly and change your priorities and shift your perspective a little bit. And so that's just part of your
yeah,
your experience is being able to do that and not be so stuck on one specific thing that you can't recover from it. And so
yeah.
Yeah.
But I do
so
remember as we were walking out of Epcot that day, I just happened to look up and I saw a break in the clouds, and the sun was shining through that small hole in the clouds, and it honestly looked
mhm,
almost like a crystal chandelier with light refracting off of every single surface, and it was very, very pretty.
yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So
Well, that's a good thing to end on.
Mm,
do you have any others that you want to add, Brenda?
Nope.
Okay. Well, then that concludes our feature topic. So, Sophie, what is your question for the week?
my question of the week this time, I'm trying not to ask the question that writes itself. My question of the week is going to be, what is an experience that you had at Disney that did not go the way you originally planned, but still ended up going very well?
Nice. We all have memories like that. We planned one thing, but then, oops,
Mm-hmm.
you have to
Yeah,
regroup sometimes. You got to be able to bend and move. You got to bob and
Yeah.
weave around. You set your plans and I always tell people it's good to have like a skeleton plan, but don't be so stuck to it that it ruins your day if something happens, because something happens. I mean, rides go down and things happen and you have to regroup and you don't want it to rob you joy.
Yeah,
Keep
Yeah.
moving forward and look around. There's always
exactly.
magic.
Yep.
Brenda, Sophie, I wrote down the for King and Country for you. Is that
That
appropriate?
that would yeah, that's what I would put.
Brenda, do you have a time that you want to touch
Mm,
on?
well, one that just pops into mind was when I think Josh was maybe 16. So he's my youngest son, and I think he was 16. So the other kids were older. And we had gone to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. And I thought the kids would hang out long after we did. Like I thought Butch and I being older, we would be going back to the room first and then they would hang out. But no, the kids went back to the room first and Butch and I stayed. So we happened, I mean, we like went around the corner and happened upon the seven dwarfs. And Butch is grumpy and I'm dopey. We've always been grumpy and dopey. And we got a picture with all seven dwarfs, and it was the greatest memory ever. It was so much fun and joy that we did not expect at all. So that's the one that pops into my mind.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is I have the overarching
What is it?
and this is just how it worked out and you know what? God directs our steps.
Yep.
Um when we were going to go for the first time to the Flower and Garden and Disney shut down because of
Oh,
COVID
goodness. Hmm.
3 days before we were going to go. They said we're shutting down. And so we had to change our plans. So we pushed I'm like, well, they won't be closed long, so I pushed their dates out to May and nope, still closed. And then I'm like, okay, I'll I'll push our dates out to July, you know?
Yeah.
And and they reopened 2 days before we were going to arrive.
Yeah. It's
So
perfect.
they closed right before we were going to go and they reopened right before we were going to arrive. And it was one of those things we were so disappointed and it was a totally different experience, but it was still a trip that we still talk about and still remember for so many reasons. But one of the biggest reasons was the fact that A, we were able to do it, and B,
The
that the
park was
parks were so empty because they were on such capacity, you know?
Yeah.
And it was
which
just
meant the
like,
lines were so short.
Yeah.
yeah. So it was a totally different trip and it's just one of those things, punting and changing on the fly and
Yeah.
seeing what you get. So that's a great question, Sophie. And
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm interested to see what the listeners are going to respond back with. So,
Me too.
Yeah.
all right. Well, Sophie, give us some Disney history.
All right, I will. And I think this is special in honor of us discussing things that were special about Epcot.
Hmm.
Uh, the year is 1902. The day is June 8th. That's the day that this video is being released, obviously. And in Chicago, Elias and Flora Disney baptized their 6-month old son, Walter, at St. Paul's Congregational Church. The Disneys are
Nice.
loyal members of the congregation. Flora plays the organ, and Elias, a carpenter by trade, has helped build the church. St. Paul Congregational Church, first organized in 1900, is at this time located on 2255 North Keeler Avenue, 1 block east and 1 block north of Walt Disney's birthplace.
Nice.
Sweet. That's
That's
awesome.
special to me.
That is
Very special.
super special. Yes, absolutely. Wow. That's
Yeah.
cool. And you know what? Your
What?
history and my window are so appropriate. Okay.
Yay.
the weekly Disney window. I Googled this, I researched it because I forgot to go through the book this morning. I was too busy watching my Orioles highlights and the Dodger highlights. So I'm like, oh man, I didn't look at the windows. So anyway, another story for another day. But anyway, the window I found is for Roy O. Disney. It is in Disneyland Paris, and it
Ooh.
says Two Brothers Inc. Dreamers and Doers. If we can dream it, we can do it. Roy O. Disney, Walt E. Disney, founders and partners. It is above Delicious Sweets in Disneyland Paris.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And I found, and I put the link in the show notes, everyone. I found a link to a fan website for Disneyland Paris, and it says Family History at Disneyland Paris. And I have additional coolness factor here.
Awesome.
There
Okay.
is a there is a store called New Century Notions, Flora's Unique Boutique, named after Flora Call, Walt Disney's mother, Roy's mother.
Wow.
It's opposite the Emporium in Disneyland Paris on Main Street, USA. And as you read through, and if you go to that website, there is so much more than just this. But if you read through it, it talks about how the business was opened in 1888. I think I read that right.
Yep, that's
And
right.
and that happens to be the year that Flora Call married Elias Disney.
Nice.
And I'm like, that is so cool to me. So
Very cool.
let me just make
Well, you
sure,
know
because,
something else,
yeah.
Daddy?
What's that, honey?
They also honor Walt's father
They
in
sure
a couple
do.
of different places.
They sure do. Yeah.
Namely, there are metal plaques that are embedded in the ground on May Street,
Mhm.
and they say Elias Disney, contractor, 1901.
Nice.
Yep. And it's really cool. And what I think is really neat is this page that the link is in the show notes is all about the family history of things regarding Disney, you know? And so I just think it's so neat. So,
That is neat.
That is
all,
really, really neat.
all right. Well, that's our weekly window. And I'm glad we do this series because it almost ties it all together, you know?
That's very good.
So,
Yes.
so Brenda, why don't you close us out with a little bit of Walt?
All right. Well, this kind of ties this episode in too. If you're going back to my Cheddar earlier about the Carousel of Progress changes, well, a beautiful tomorrow just a dream away. That says we're going places. There's progress ahead, and that's just the mood we want for the whole pavilion. Here, for example, is a scale model of the General Electric Carousel Theater, a theater in which the audience itself moves in their seats around the stages. The actors, well, they're not real people, but they are talented and an interesting cast. We call them audio animatronic figures, and they talk and act like human beings. The Carousel Theater will present a warm and entertaining portrayal of how life is changed through electrical energy. The same kind of exciting and unique entertainment is what we're planning for every area of the General Electric Pavilion. So, of course, he was talking about the Carousel of Progress,
Uh
and that
huh.
was what he talked
Mhm.
about when he went to the World's Fair in 1964, the year I was born.
Yes. It all
There you
comes
go.
full circle. Full circle.
Well, you know
Yep.
what, Aunt Brenda?
What?
I was gonna say this. When you told me they were changing the carousel progress, in my head, I was thinking, no, I don't want them to change the carousel of progress. If they do, I at least want them to put the original one in Disneyland. But then I remembered the one that I've grown up seeing is not the original one. It's also been changed over the years.
Yep.
And the entire point of the show is about change.
And
Yeah.
progress. Yeah.
Progress.
Yeah.
Yep. And I have to
So,
say, when I went to Disneyland and I saw when they put Walt, the audio animatronic Walt, remember I was very worried about what that was going to be like. And I was really
Yeah.
impressed with it. And so the fact that they're going to put him in this one excites me because
mhm.
that's,
Good.
you know, great as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned that they're including him.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that too.
yeah. Well, my friends, that is our show. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yep.
And coming up next week, we are taking a look at the seasons of Disney. And we've done a series on spring, fall, summer, winter at Disney, but this isn't that season. What we are talking about is what season of Disney traveler, park goer, experiencer are you? Are you the family that wakes up at the crack of dawn and is there at rope drop and goes until midnight and then wakes up again the next morning and does it all over again? Or are you the family that takes their time and has your devotion and all that and then enjoys the parks, takes it a little slower, maybe you don't ride all the rides you used to ride, I don't know. So what season of Disney are you in? That is our feature topic for next week, and I think it's going to be a really neat look to see how things change as we get older and as we experience more. So I want to hear all about it from everyone out in the listening audience as well. What season of Disney are you in? So stay tuned. That's coming up next week. But until next week, just a reminder to share your smile with someone because there's so much hurt in this world. So if you share your smile with someone, you never know what impact that might have in their life, you know? And if you're having a rough week, I hope we've given you a little bit to smile about, or I hope someone you meet on the street smiles and changes your outlook as well. So until then, just remember, share your smile. I'm Mike. She's Sophie. That's Brenda, the birthday girl. Happy birthday again, Brenda.
Thank you.
And he's Grogu. And he says, Brenda, what kind of cake are you getting?
I'm getting white chocolate bread pudding.
Okay.
Oh.
Just saying.
Just saying. All right.
Oh,
and
wow.
and we will
See
see
you on
you
the
on the
road.
road. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Grogu. I love you.